Signs that your partner may be autistic, part 2. Y'all enjoyed the first one, so I'm back with another video. Number 1, they have these intense special interests that aren't popular most likely, and they will defend this thing until the day that they die. So with autism, because you communicate with the world differently and you experience the world differently, the way that you interact with certain things is going to be different from the average neurotypical person. So when you latch onto a certain thing, you really like that thing. And if you really like that thing, you don't care about other people's opinions about that particular thing. You really like it. If it's Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon trading cards, that's your thing. And you don't care. If somebody tells you that you're lame for being a 28-year-old adult who likes Pokemon, you're like, whatever, I got my Blastoise, I'm good. I got me a Pikachu and a Charizard, I'm good. You don't care because that's your thing. And if your partner has a tense special interest and they're talking to you about it, you'll probably realize that they don't ever stop. You have to at some point say, oh, babe, all right, thank you so much. I want to know more about your special interest. Can you pick this up on a different day? Or can you find some more interesting ways to tell me about this thing that you really enjoy? Let's talk about this again tomorrow. But if you don't cut them off, they will talk about this thing over and over and over because they really like it. These intense special interests. And that means that if they have a career within that space, they're going to excel at that. A lot of people think that you can't be autistic and be in the workforce. You can. You just got to mask and laugh at jokes that aren't funny and learn the neurotypical rules and fit in. However, if you're blessed to do something that revolves around your special interest, there's a good chance that you're going to excel at that thing. Number 2, they take things literally. And I'm not talking about the person who's a shoplifter. If your partner is shoplifting, that's not autism, that's something else. But a person who takes things literally. You wake up in the morning, you kiss your partner and say, all right, babe, I'm leaving. Leaving to go where? You're breaking up with me? Nah, I'm going to the garage. I gotta get the car out. I gotta go to work. But you think that they're leaving because all you heard was, I'm leaving. Now, we know that that's not to be taken literally. The same way somebody might say, oof, it's raining cats and dogs. We know that there's not cats and dogs outside. Now, there could be cats and dogs outside who are being rained on. But when y'all hear that phrase, you know what people are normally referring to. If your partner takes things literally, it may not impact your relationship that much. But depending on what the thing is, it can lead to impaired communication. And once communication breaks down, irritability, anger, and frustration goes up. Something to keep in mind. Number 3, executive dysfunction. This is something that we often associate with ADHD, but if you're autistic, there's a good chance that you could struggle with executive dysfunction. This is the person who's tired and burnt out and they have a hard time cleaning their house. They have a hard time getting up, getting out of bed. They have a hard time initiating tasks. You intend to do the thing, but the follow through is so damn difficult. And when you have autism and you communicate with the world differently, it drains you because you have to mask and you have to play this neurotypical game. It's not sustainable. And all these things can lead to executive dysfunction. And the way that we can shake ourselves out of that is by identifying the priority thing. If your partner knows what the most important thing to do at that time is, they'll be okay. But if they're overwhelmed and they're burnt out and they're tired of masking and nobody understands them, it'll be hard for them to figure out what the priority thing is. It could be hard for them to keep appointments. And these small things that you struggle with, by the way, making and keeping appointments aren't small, but in the neurotypical world, they're small. And if y'all ever made a doctor's appointment as an adult, you know that could be scary sometimes, right? But if your partner's struggling with these things, it can do a number on their self-esteem, and they can feel like they're not self-sustainable. They can feel like they're not able to get things done on their own without help from somebody else. And this can lead to a lot of fights and arguments. And you step in, you're trying to help them out because you really care about your partner. You've been thinking that they've had autism for a while and you don't have a diagnosis, but you want to help out. The issue is when you try and help out, they're going to probably go back and forth with you because they don't need the help. They just need to know that they can do the thing on their own, and then they'll receive the help from you. So that's why executive dysfunction can be so frustrating, because you're stuck, you're paralyzed. You need to get things done, but you can't get things done. So you're thinking about it. You can't fix mental problems without some type of physical activity, but you're in your head, you're thinking, you're thinking, you're thinking, you're thinking again. But it's just all thought, no action. So if your partner struggles with this, figuring out a way to communicate with them to where you can help them without making them feel as if they're inferior, without making them feel as if they're not capable. That's really the key there. And that'll change your relationship.